Hi guys, good afternoon. Am I audible, visible? Just tell me that. Right, so you know the agenda for the session. This is quant-based puzzles. So this is my third session in the series. I'll be doing a question and it'll not be very tough. It'll be quite manageable. The kind of questions that have been coming in exams of late. So quant-based puzzles have become very important. In fact, the CAT authorities have shown a slight bias towards it as compared to some of the other types. So yes, this becomes really important. Most of these questions are not very tough, they are quite manageable, but they need you to look at the data carefully and figure out without making too many equations or doing random hidden trial. So some logic, some equations, and some hidden trial and error whenever needed. So that's the way. So before I show you the question, something important. This is related to the current batch that we've launched. It's R4, so it's just started a week back. So the special thing about this batch is that it's in English, completely in English. So here there are four teachers: Ravi sir, Apur sir, Nikita ma'am, and I would be taking the sessions, and the delivery would be completely in English. So this is the only batch in which delivery is 100% in English. Rest is a mix of English and Hindi, right? So that's how it's different. The subject wise variants are also available. So this is quants and Ravi sir and Apoor sir, and VRC would be taken by Nikita ma'am, and in LRDI you'll find me along with Apoor sir. So these are the variants. So if you think you would want to study with us, you want our assistance in your CAT preparation, and you would want to study in English, the content, everything remains the same, the quality remains the same, everything remains the same, but yes, the delivery would be in English, then this is the batch for you. Right. So let's come back to the agenda of the session. I am going to discuss with you a puzzle that's quite manageable, of the category of quant-based puzzles. And if you apply yourself, should be able to do it fast. So I'm showing you the question now. And before I explain, I would expect you to give it your best shot. And so you have to just look at this question, try your best, do whatever you can do here, and then I will explain it. You'll feel good if you get this on your own. So get started, guys. Please solve this question. I am going to explain this after 10-15 minutes. Please get started. Good luck. Some of it would improve. It would improve. Trust me, it would improve. But rather than saying I'm struggling a lot, work on it. And please, do not misunderstand. Do not think that I'm saying that I'm studying or anything. No, nothing like that. It is just that whenever something troubles you, it just tells you one thing. What is that one thing? That you need to work a little harder on it. So work on it a little more, and things are going to improve. Take it step by step. Try and make gradual improvement. Do not, just have unrealistic expectations of yourself. This is definitely going to improve. Aparajito says, "How do I repeat? How do I force myself to repeat the same schedule every day? By reminding yourself of the importance of this event, of this preparation. It helps. When we do something for a slightly longish period of time, then we start going through the motions, and it becomes a routine. Yes, you are consistent, but you're not really feeling excited about it. It looks like a mundane task, a routine affair, right? So to get out of that mode, you need to remind yourself daily, constantly, that how important this phase of 6, 8 months, 10 months is for you. And then you'll suddenly start feeling rejuvenated, re-excited about it. That's the only important thing. When you think of what is at stake, then it kind of motivates you. Feeling guilty is not really that bad, if you ask me. When you feel bad, then it's not that you feel bad and then you go to sleep. No, when you feel bad, just think about why you're feeling bad, and do you want to actually keep feeling bad, right? And then the answer would be no. If you want to change the way your life currently is, I'm not saying it's bad or anything, but if you want to get something, you aspire for something, you don't have it right now. What do you do? Two ways. You can regret it and keep having that regret forever, or you can try and change things, change stuff. So how do you change stuff? By working on it, by acting on it. So don't feel that guilt, just throw it away right now at this very point. And once the session is over, plan, what do I do so that I don't say the same thing next week, अगले हफ्ते में ये ना बोलूं. You'll have your answers. Work on it. There will be improvement. It may be slow, it may be gradual, but there will be improvement. That is the key. Work on it. We have this stream going on our English channel as well. So some of you who are interested in studying in English can join it through that channel as well going forward. So we stream most of our cat related stuff on both channels these days. Yes, Abhishek, that was the plan. I mean, some of you actually wanted us to teach 100% in English, so we thought, yes, we should listen to you and give it a shot. So that is the reason. Okay, guys, last 5 minutes for this. Please solve it and then I'll explain it. All right, so have you done this? Should we discuss this, guys? Okay, somebody is sharing the answers also. Amlan, I think one of the answers is incorrect. I'm going to discuss this. No, Aparajito, they cannot be at a gate together. That's the meaning. I'm going to explain this. Should I discuss it, Karlensko? Should we go ahead and discuss this? Okay, let's go ahead. Let's first say read what it says, because some people had confusion about the meaning exactly. For a high-profile T20 World Cup final between India and New Zealand, so this is for today. Four international security agencies, let's call them A, B, G, D, Alpha, Beta, Gamma, and Delta, deployed to guard four stadium gates: north, south, east, west. So four agencies, four gates, simple data. The security deployment takes place over four consecutive time shifts: shift one, shift two, shift three, shift four. So basically, it's like four agencies: A, B, G, D, four gates: north, south, east, west, and there are four shifts: one, two, three, four. In each shift, each agency guards exactly one gate. So this is the answer to your question. In each shift, each agency guards exactly one gate. चार gates है ना, तो अगर सारी agencies एक gate पे आ जाएंगे तो gates रह जाएंगे. Commonsensically, I mean, no, you will not go by that, but it's given in the question. So what is happening is that in each shift, so for example, it's shift one. There are four gates, so four gates, four different agencies, right? And each gate is guarded by exactly one agency, right? Over the four shifts, every agency guards each gate exactly once. Now, this is an important one. What is the meaning? Over the four shifts, every agency guards each gate exactly once. So, for example, some agency, let's say Alpha, has been at North Gate. So, it would not be at North Gate in any of the subsequent shifts. Do you understand? I'm saying that if some agency, and I'll give you an example here. Let's say this is shift one, and I'm talking about North Gate, and this has been, let's say, Alpha, just to kind of give an example of how it's happening. So shift one, the gate is north and the agency is Alpha. So what this statement means is, over the four shifts, every agency guards each gate exactly once. Is now Alpha cannot be in the second shift come to the north gate. It would be some other gate, then some other gate, then some other gate. So that way Alpha would be able to complete all four gates in all four shifts. So likewise it would continue for everyone. Each agency deploys a fixed agent count. जो भी उनका number है security agents का, that's fixed, whatever that number is. But the good thing is that they have told us about the total number, which is 40. So this 40 would be the sum of the agents hired by or deployed by these four agencies: Alpha, Beta, Gamma, and Delta, and they're constant. And then some data is given here. The agent count at north gate during shift one is exactly three times the agent count at south gate, and all those things. Fine. So it's some of the data is given here. This is some difference. This is about, and this is some concrete pieces. Alpha ka, the agent count is given, and it's also given that it guards the west gate during shift three. Then Delta ka, south gate and one. So 3-4 pieces of data are given here, and some some connections are also given like this. Agent count at north gate shift one is three times the agent count at the south gate. So we have to put this in the form of a table, of a structure, and then try answering these questions. When you look at the questions, what is the agent count of agency Gamma? Fine. Which agency guards the north gate? So maybe when you look at these questions, cannot be determined is there. it can have multiple configurations. So we'll have to check at that possibility as well. What we tend to do at times in questions like this is that we will do hit and trial, which is fine. And if there are two options, you'll just look at two of them and say, "Ki, it looks like the one," and then you will not check the other ones. We will not do that especially when there are options like cannot be determined. It can happen that what you're getting is right, but that's just like one of the cases, not the exhaustive ones. Do you get this data? Should I explain this now? Yes, Amlan, it'll be a 4 into 4 grid. Yes. It'll be 4 into 4 grid, and we can solve it using a 4 into 4 grid by taking care of these constraints. So I'm showing you this small structure here, a table kind of a thing that you should make in questions like this. So I've just removed these questions. They're not really required, and I've made this table kind of a structure. What would we do here? I'll just write it like this. This is, let's say, north, south, in the same order in which they are given here: north, south, east, west. And this is the order in which they're given. And just write it like that. And since there is no scope for any confusion in the names, so in place of north, south, east, west, I've just written NSEW. You can do that. And what are the shifts? 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we'll need to put the name of the agencies. I'll use the names like A, B, G, D only. These are the names, right? And the shifts are this 1, 2, 3, 4. So what I'll do is that I'll just put this thing here. This is shift 1, this is shift 2, this is shift 3, and this is shift 4. Now, when we make a grid like this, as you said, it's a 4 cross 4 kind of a grid because there are 4 gates and there are 4 shifts there. What do we do first? First of all, just put in all the concrete pieces of data. That makes the job easier. So for example, look at this one. Agency Alpha has 18 agents and guards the west gate during shift 3. So how do we remember this? When, it's a small tip. When you transfer the data from your screen to your paper, it becomes a little difficult to remember this. West shift 3. So what would we call it? We'll call it W3. West gate, fine, here, and 3 here. So W3 becomes this. Do you understand? So whenever we make cases of something, we'll not say west gate shift 3. So for us, this grid becomes W3. So what should come in W3? West gate shift 3, agency alpha, 18 agents. So agency alpha, what can we use? A, because these or letters are different. A, B, G, D. So what can we write here? A. Can you understand this? So west gate shift 3, agency alpha with 18 agents. And now this 18 would be constant. So what we can say is that A is now stuck at 18, or A would be at 18 agents. Now, the moment I know this, what I can also do is that this total is 40. I know this total is 40. When this total is 40 and A is known to be 18 and there is no other agency whose numbers are known. So what I can also say is, यहाँ पर लिख लेते हैं इसको छोटा सा, that B plus this is B plus G plus D would be equal to how much? 40 minus 18, that will be equal to 22. Can you understand this? This is simple. B plus G plus D. So B is beta, G is gamma, and delta. So B plus G plus D is equal to 22 because this is 40. And we know that A is 18. So A 18, यहाँ तो लिखी थी हमने, we have put it here. But then B plus G plus D becomes 22 here in this case. This is okay. We can start putting it like that. Yeah, Amlan? Aparajito? Okay. All right, let's move ahead. What else can we put in here? Agency delta, let's call it D only. D guards the south gate during shift 1. So what is this? What would we call it? What do we call it? S1. S1 will put D. S1 D. So this becomes D. Simple again. Agency beta, which is B, guards east gate shift 2. So this is E2. E2, what do we put there? B. E2 B. So this becomes B. Again, no problem here. And the last one, agency gamma guards the north gate during shift 4. So N4, and this is G. Where is N4? This is N, this is 4, and this becomes G. So these short notations actually become useful. And when you're doing this, when you're writing the cases and all, you can use this. So you can call it N4. N4 means north gate shift 4, like that. So this is given to us in the last paragraph. We don't need this. Now, two more things are left. This we have used. This is all data that we don't need to revisit this part. The agent count at the north gate during shift 1, we're talking about N1. N1 is exactly 3 times the agent count at the south gate. N1 is, okay, in shift 1, it's talking about shift 1 only. So basically, N1 is 3 times of S1. Read it again, agent count at the north gate during shift 1. So we're talking about this cell is exactly 3 times the agent count at the south gate. So if this part here, if I call this X, for example, and I'll write it here, then this is 3x. Can you understand this? So with this, when we have written this, if this is x, this is 3x, with this, we can, just, we don't need to revisit this line again, right? And during shift 2, now we're talking about shift 2 here, the agent count at the east gate, so we're talking about this gate here, right? This cell is exactly 2 more than the agent count at the west gate, fine. So this cell here is 2 more than this cell. Now, can we use the same variable? We cannot. So what would we do? We'll take another variable. Let's just call it y, and let's call this y minus 2. Why I put it like that in a corner? Because we'll need to put the actual numbers there. So when you make structures like that, leave a little space so that you can do it. You cannot erase the stuff, and also it's a good practice that you just do it like that. This is x, this is 3x, and this is y, and this would be y minus 2. Now after this, when you look at it, is there anything else left in the data? No. We have drawn this inference that b plus g plus d is 22, which is fine. And what we have written is this line. Okay, we have put in all this. We have used variables and written all this. So we have basically done everything. Whatever could be put into it, we have already put it, right? Are you okay with it till this stage? Can you just make a grid like this? I did not understand, Aparajito. What exactly is the question? Don't hate YouTube. It's actually giving you access for it. So yes, it's a facility only and a free one for that. So yes. Should I move ahead? Okay, great. Okay. Just focus on the solution. We'll do it very elegantly. Now, when you look at this, uh, after you fill this up, it looks like it's not very difficult. The numbers are not difficult. But when you look at this, a lot of grids are still empty. And if you try putting in something in there, it's not that easy. The only thing that we need to remember is, because these agencies don't repeat the gates, what you know is that if you look at the north gate, for example, in shift 1, 2, 3, 4, there will be a different agency. You agree with me? So these would be different letters. Among these 4 letters, A, B, G, D. So for example, it's G here. So G cannot come anywhere here. It has to be a different letter here, right? So for example, it's B here. So B cannot come here, cannot come here, cannot come here. So what is happening here is, which is very common in grid-based, quant-based questions, is that no entity here would be repeated across that column or that row. तो जैसे B है, तो B यहाँ कहीं नहीं आ सकता and यहाँ कहीं नहीं आ सकता. If this is A, so A cannot come here anywhere and here anywhere. The problem is that if you put A anywhere here, you're saying that A was on west gate twice. It's not possible. If you put A anywhere here, that would mean that A was at 2 gates in a shift, in a particular shift, in shift 3. Is that possible? No. So shift 3, all the agencies are like exclusive. So shift 3, north would be different agency, south different agency, east different agency, west different agency. So that's the reason that no value can be repeated across the column or the rows like this. Now, what it tells us is a very important thing, because before you do hidden trial, let's use some logic, because hidden trial se kai baar ho jata hai, but there's a chance that you can make a mistake. So for example, let's think of this cell. What can this cell have? Tell me. Can this cell have G? No. G is here. So G cannot come at N1 since G is at N4. What is the meaning? G here means G was at north gate in shift 4. So can G be at north gate in shift 1? No, not possible. Likewise, look at this. In shift 1, D was at the south gate. So could D have been at the north gate? No. So what it tells us is that for this place here, we don't have an option of G, we don't have an option of D. Why am I focusing on this cell? Because here the connections are there, 3x, x and all. So let's start with this one. So if we look at this cell, what can we actually put here? We can either put B or A, one of the two, and you'll have to check both because it can be a case of multiple possibilities. So we can either put B here or A here. Depending on what works, we will proceed. Is that okay? The logic behind going like this? Yes, yes, Aparajito. That's what I'm saying. Na? I'm telling you how to eliminate the multiple possibilities, right? It's okay, Amlan. It's okay to make mistakes while doing practice. It's fine. But just make sure that you make amends and learn from them, right? So what do we do here? Two options, B and A. So what I'll do is that let's try putting B here, for example. If this is B, let me put this B here. And what I'll do is I'll encircle it. What is the meaning of this circle here? The circle means that this is the case. It could have been B as well. So I'm not sure if this is B or A. So I have encircled it so that if it doesn't work out, I will cross this. Right? So this is the way it can happen. You can make a bigger grid on a piece of paper, but I don't have a choice. I'll put it like this. Now, if this B is 3x, fine. Now this is 3x, this is x. And if you're saying B is 3x, you're basically saying y is equal to 3x. Can we say that? Or we don't need to even write this. If you're saying this is b, this is 3x already fixed, this is x. So then this is b 3x, this is by. So you're basically saying that this cell is 3x and this cell is 3x minus 2. Can we say that? This is 3x, this is x, this is b. I'm assuming this is b. This can be a as well. That's the second case, right? But if we take this as 3x, then y becomes 3x and this cell would become 3x minus 2. So if we add this up, I'm showing it to you how we can add this up. Now, for this also, there are two possibilities. If you think of it, I'll not write this because it'll create chaos on paper. After writing this, you can think of it. This again has got two possibilities. One is that what can this be? If you think of this cell here, can this be B? No, this cannot be B because B is already here. So this cannot be B. Can this be A? No. So for this cell, there are only two possibilities. It can be either G or D. Are you with me on this? It can be either G or D. Now, assuming that this is B, this is 3x, this is x, this is y minus 2. So basically, we can say this is 3x, this is x, this is 3x again, and this is 3x minus 2. So first, take the case where this is equal to D. Or first, let's take the case where it's equal to G, because it is simpler to check. Let's first assume that this is equal to G. If this is equal to G, let's add it up to 40, or at 22. So what would it become? B is 3x. Let's say 3x. Fine. G, how much would G be? If this cell is G, then G would be equal to y minus 2, which is 3x minus 2. And what is this one? D. D is x. So this x, now they should all add up to 22. If we try and add up to 22, how much would this become? This is 3x, 3x, 6x, 7x minus 2 is equal to 22, or this gives me 7x is equal to 24, which means that x would be equal to 24 by 7. Now, x is this number. Can the number of agents be a fraction? No, it's not possible. So x cannot be 24 by 7. If this 24 by 7 is not possible for x, what we can say is that under the assumption that this cell is B, here this cell cannot be G. Fine. We thought of this cell as G and then applied this B plus G plus D 22. How? This is B, 3x. This is G. This cell would, if this cell is G, then y minus 2 becomes 3x minus 2, 3x minus 2, and D is x. We do this and it gives us 24 by 7, which is ruled out. Now, is it the end of this case here where we put B here? No. एक केस हमने देखा. दूसरा केस यहाँ पर क्या हो सकता है? That here this becomes x only. ये भी तो हो सकता है ना कि ये D ही बन जाए. यहाँ पर देखो, you cannot put A, you cannot put B, but you could have put G or D here. दोनों आ सकते हैं. तो we checked for G here. Putting G here gives us this, which is ruled out, not possible. So let's put D here. If we put D here, what will happen? You are saying basically that x, if we put D here, x is equal to 3x minus 2. Y minus 2 is what? Y minus 2 becomes 3x minus 2. Y becomes 3x. When that is the assumption here, na? Y is equal to 3x. So this is 3x minus 2. Then you are saying that 3x minus 2 becomes equal to x. Don't write it because it'll create a mess here. Keep this in your mind. If this is D, then y minus 2 is 3x minus 2, and D is x already. So 3x minus 2 becomes equal to x. What it gives us is, this is how much? X is equal to 1. Yeah, this gives us x is equal to 1. Now, x is equal to 1 seems to be okay, and there doesn't seem to be a problem. Let us look at other values. So x is equal to 1 means you are saying that this becomes 1, this becomes 3, and this is 18 already. Yes, there is a problem. I'll show you. Okay, this one is good. So basically you're saying that D is equal to 1 then. Fine. You are saying B is equal to 3x would be 3. A is already 18. Fine. And the third value, D1, B3. Fine. D1, B3. What would be the value of G here? D1, B3, it's 4. So G would become 18. Now, what is the problem with this case here? That A and G both become 18. So A and G both 18, not possible. So what it tells us is that if we put B here, both the cases are ruled out. I showed you the first case, which is given here, in which I assumed G to occupy this place. Then I showed you the second case here, in which I assumed D to occupies this place, but both have problems. In this one, the value of x, which is this, becomes a fraction, which is not possible. And in this one, there are two agencies with the same numbers. Fine. So these same numbers are not possible. Fine. यहाँ पर लिखा हुआ था ना कि इन सबके पास अलग-अलग numbers हैं. So अगर इनके पास अलग-अलग numbers हैं, these counts are 4 distinct. And trust me, this is so often used. Distinct, अलग-अलग हैं. And at times it helps you eliminate the cases. तो यहाँ पर दोनों का क्योंकि बराबर हो गया है, so this is not going to work. So what it tells us is that this is ruled out. Now, can you understand this? This was the logical part here. Amlan, yes, I'm trying to do that. I'm trying to do that. And I'm also taking sessions on our free portal. So if you go to the Rodha portal, there is a free course in which I'm taking sessions and all other teachers are taking sessions. So you can join that. All these sessions are free. And we actually, deliver all that content that you need for your CAT preparation. So you can just go there and enroll in it. Yes. So our first assumption that B was N1 is incorrect. Yes, Aparajito. Absolutely. Yes. So that's what we got. Now, hi Amit, just focus on this. So we'll talk later, right? So when this is incorrect, let's come back to the original problem then. When this is incorrect, what is the only other option here? B is incorrect for this. Now, if B is incorrect, this cannot be D, this cannot be G. So what is the only option left for this place? Can I say it has to be A? Yeah, A to dekho easy hai na? A is easy because A is 18. Now I'm talking about the third case here. I'll write it down here. A is 18, A is 3x 18. So basically you are saying A 18. If I put A here, 3x becomes 18. So this is the third case I'm talking about. So 3x 18, it implies that x would be equal to 6. Now x is equal to 6. So basically you're saying you got the value of this, you got the value of this here, and you know the difference of these two. So let me just write the values here. So it tells you that A is equal to 18. You already know that though, but they would be in one place. And you know that D would be equal to 6. Now A18, D6. Now this is the third case. This has to be possible. There is no other choice. A18, D6. 18 plus 6, it is 24. If they are 24, what would be the values left for B and G? Can I say B plus G in that case would be equal to 40 minus 18 plus 6, which is nothing but 24. This has become 16. Are you with me on this? B plus G. Now B plus G is 16. Fine. And you also know this relation, fine, y and y plus 2. If this is like that, the only possibility is that G comes here and they become 9 and 7. Can you understand this? If I'm saying B plus G is 16 here and there is a value that is 2 less here, fine, like that. So what is the only possibility? That this becomes 9 and this becomes 7, and there is no other way that it can happen. Are you with me on this, guys? Yes. 9 and 7, absolutely. So that's the only way it can happen. We've got two values here. y minus 2, and the only way it seems to fulfill the condition is that we take this value as 9, the value of g as 9, and a value of b as 9, and the value of g as 7. G comes here and it satisfies everything in that case. We can then fill the rest of the data. Look at this once. Yes, I mean, if you're saying that why can we not put d here? If you put d here, this would be how much? You can see again there'll be repetition of numbers. If you put d here, this would be y minus 2. So d is, if you're saying that again this is possible for both d and g, fine. यहाँ पर a भी तो आ नहीं सकते. So if you look at this as d, so you are saying d का value तो fix है 6. So this is 6, this becomes 8. If this becomes 8, then g would also become 8. You get the issue with that? If we put, I mean, if you look at this, there are two values again possible, d and g here. वहाँ के लिए तो possible है ना, b plus g is 16, g is here. I mean, you can take any value. So if the question is that if this is t, which we have already arrived at as 6 is the value, fine. If this is 6, if we assume for a moment that this is 6, then how much would this become? This would become 8. The problem is that if we make this 8, then g would also become 8. Then b and g would be both 8, 8. And that is the reason that we cannot put d here. So d would not come here in any case, and it has to be g. Have I answered your question? Yes, yes, because both become 8, right? So, I mean, but I guess, you will not write all the cases, because if you try and, I mean, what I've written in the paper is the maximum that you'll write. अगर आप इससे कम कर सकते हो, then it'll be good. Because if you start writing everything, it'll become a mess. On the other hand, just make sure that you check all the cases, especially with questions and cannot be determined and everything in it. If you don't check all the cases, then again, you might make a silly error in a relatively simpler question like this. This is not very tough. Aparajito, that's the problem, na? You went full throttle trying trial and error, which is fine. But when you're doing trial and error, just make sure that you look at the kind of questions. Are all the answers concrete? So if there is no scope for cannot be determined or multiple cases, you can go full throttle with your hit and trial. But the issue can be that if there are multiple cases possible, you put one case, you're happy with it, satisfies and does the job. So don't make a mistake there. All right, let's look at this now. So what it tells us is that this cannot be D then, and this has to be G. Now, if this is B and G and the difference is 2, and if you want to solve an equation, you can do that, or you can simply say that it cannot be nothing else. It has to be B9 and G7. There is no other way. Well, अगर ये G है तो इनमें दो का difference है. This is 16. Do we need to form an equation like that? No. कैसे करेंगे इसको? 16. Half of 16 is 8. 1 would be 1 more, and the other value would be 1 less. That's how you arrive at 9 and 7. Or you can write a small equation saying B plus B minus 2 is equal to 16, and you arrive at the value of B, which is 9. But that's not really needed. So I would advise doing it something like that. Right? We can do that. Now we have done that. We can write the values. We've got everything here. B9, if we want, we can just put it as 9 here, and G as 7, and D already is at 6, and we can just quickly put in everything here. If it's like that, we can just fill in all the values, the rest of the values. We have got the value of B, G, A, D, everything. So we just need to fill in everything in these cells. From where do we start? This is A, D, B already gone, so this will be G. If this is G, the fourth one would be B. Fine. If this is BGA, what would be the fourth one? There will be D. Just move in any direction. This is GBD. What would this be? This is A. If you look at this GBA, what would this become? This would become D. Okay, this is ADG. What would this become? This would become B. Okay, look at this A, B, G, and D. So this is G here. So this can only become D, and this becomes G. And now this is DAG. So what comes here? This comes B, and this is A. It's like that. I'm not writing all the values because the values are already known. This is A18, D6, B9, and G7, and with which we can answer everything. So all these values are concrete. I mean, I would suggest that while doing this, you make the tables a little bigger so that you can actually cross the entries and move ahead like that. And the parts that can be done inside your mind should be done there itself. Is it okay, guys? Should we answer the questions now? Amlan, I am not sure of that. In R4, we are sharing, Apoorv sir and I am we're sharing LRDI. I'm not sure about a future bat right now. Exactly same table, Aparajito? Wonderful, wonderful. This is CAT level, absolutely. I mean, देखो, CAT level कुछ नहीं होता. So don't think that CAT is a very tough exam and उसमें बहुत खतरनाक कुछ आता है. No, nothing like that. It gives you okay questions. The thing is that those questions which are doable, and I'll call it a doable question. Yes, this is prone to errors, which is a very doable question. All these doable questions are hidden inside, or beside some tricky ones. So you have to avoid them and do the doable ones. CAT does not favor doing super tough sets. No, it's not an exam of that. Sets which are moderate. So I'll call it moderate. It's not very easy. When you look at it and you just crack it, hidden trial karoge, problem ho sakti hai. It's not tough. So this is a perfect CAT kind of set. If you look at a paper like CAT 24, many of the sets would be easier than this. If you look at 25, yes, this level and a little above that. So a perfect set for CAT. If you are doing it for intellectual stimulation, a tougher set, that's fine. It sharpens your brain. But don't think that sets that take you an hour to crack, you can do them in CAT. No. CAT would always be about picking the right ones and doing them quickly, doing them accurately. You got the point? No, that's fine. When Ravi sir says don't take CAT lightly, yes, it is not to be taken lightly. Look. Don't get me wrong. When I say that the content is not tough, it doesn't mean that cracking the exam is not tough. उससे क्या फर्क पड़ता है? If I'm saying that the content of the CAT paper is not too tough, not like an IIT JEE, it is the same for everyone, isn't it? And everyone who takes CAT would face the same paper. तो आपका challenge तो वही है ना? You have to still compete with the same bunch of people. Had the content of the CAT paper been tougher, would that have made your job tougher? No, it would have been the same. It's the same. In a competitive exam, the content of the paper does not make that kind of a difference. It is the edge that you have over others. So work on that. सोच के देखो ना, आसान भी होता तब भी बाकी लोग तो वही आसान वाले दे रहे होते ना आपके साथ में. तो how would you have an edge over them? You get an edge by practicing hard, working on your skill set, cracking even the moderate sets fast, picking the right sets, not making silly mistakes, by being able to focus for 2 hours. These are the skills that are needed. ठीक है, चलो इसको पूरा कर लेते हैं. Abhishek, this is not to be done in 2 minutes, but this is a set that can be done in 10 minutes. 10 minutes, okay, I'm saying 15 minets. If you do 3 sets like this, let's assume for a moment that CAT does have sets of this level. And yes, they do come. If you do 3 sets like this, 3, I'm just saying 3, it'll give you a 99 percentile. If you don't believe me, look at what has happened in CAT 25. I have made all the solutions for CAT 25, all 15 sets. They are there on both the channels. In the English channel, we are putting them in a staggered manner. In the English channel, the older channel, they're there. Look at them. And then tell me in the next session if you found them tough. They're very manageable. It is just that when you are in that exam kind of situation, you tend to panic and they look tougher than what they are. Yeah, in the last one, Aparajito, that also differed according to the slot. Right. Let me just complete this set and then we can talk. Fine. So you've got all these values here and we can answer the questions very quickly now. What is the agency count of agency gamma? G is this 7. So it's a simple one. Okay. Which agency guards the north gate during shift 2? So basically I'm asking about N2. N2. What is N2? N2 is D. N2 is D. So it becomes option B. All right. During which shift does agency beta, which is B, guard the south? So B at Southgate. B at Southgate. This is Southgate, B. So this is shift 4. Southgate, B, shift 4. Shift 4 is again option B. And the last question, what is the total agent count at the west gate? So they're asking W1 plus W2. So W1 plus W2. So W1 is this B and this is W2. I mean, if you want, you can write this down. Not really needed. B is 9. We already know. And लिख लेते हैं चलो इस 9 को. I did not write everything here because that's not really needed. You know it already. So W1 is 9 because it was B, and W2 was G, it was 7. So 9 plus 7, the answer becomes 16 here. Right, and we are done with this. Right, so just keep working on it, guys. When you're bound to improve if you keep working on this. And trust me, one mistake that people do in LRDI is that when they don't score, and this is for all of you as well, you tend to go to the tougher problems. No, मुझे कम आता है, मैं ये solve नहीं कर पाता हूँ. नहीं, that is one of the things, right? It is mostly about you, two things: not being able to perform under pressure, and or not being able to pick the right sets. It can happen due to pressure as well. आपको क्या करना है आप वो नहीं छांट पाते हो, that's why you not perform. With many people, and so many students would vouch for it, the thing that happens is that when they are doing it in practice, they can do it. बहुत सारे लोग आपको बोलेंगे एग्जाम में नहीं होता. रीजन क्या है? प्रेशर. सो कंडीशन योरसेल्फ फॉर इट. टेस्ट सीरीज स्टार्ट करो अभी से. वी हैव इन फैक्ट लॉन्च द टेस्ट सीरीज. यू कैन get started with it. Start with sectional tests and then topic tests and full length tests. So topic and sectionals first, and then full length mock tests. A lot of tests there, and that would be free. So we launched 6 free tests yesterday. Enroll for them and start trying to evaluate your current level and work on it accordingly. It would never be as much about your skill set in the subject as it's about handling the pressure of the big exam. Trust me. So work on that. It's actually going to pay off. I understand, Aparajit. I understand. You don't feel like doing it, no? You have done your best and you try a test and it still doesn't work, and then you're taking it again, another one, and you are slightly negative already when you're thinking about it. Yaar, itna acha kiya tha, fir bhi it did not work. So when you're starting the test, you are on the back foot already. You have a slightly negative mindset, isn't it? Take a break if it's not working for you. 3 days, 4 days, a week. It's still a long time left for CAT, right? And then in that break, try to clean your mind of all this. जो भी clutter भर गया है ना, इसको निकालो. Work only on developing your skill set, doing a variety of sets, doing this under some time pressure. So give yourself a set, give yourself 15 minutes. See that. Once you think you're showing some improvement and the clutter is gone from your head, then attempt the next one. Like a clean slate. अभी आप उसका baggage carry कर रहे हो, and that kind of becomes a mental block. So when that mental block is there, you're never able to perform to your potential, which is not such a good thing. That's the reason I'm saying that उसको clear करो, एक break ले लो, एक week का कोई problem नहीं है, and then take it up fresh. And if it still doesn't happen, do not get frustrated. Keep trying. But keep trying का मतलब ही नहीं है same चीजें करते रहो. Keep trying means analyze the test, look at what you did, and think about what you can change. So that change is what's going to change your scores, isn't it? You keep doing the same things, you keep getting the same results. एक level होता है कि जब आप start करते हैं, so you keep doing the same things, you gradually improve, but you'll be stagnant at a level. आप बोलोगे progress नहीं कर रहा मैं, not learning, because now those same things are not working for you. You need to analyze what is going wrong and then work on that particular thing. Work on it specifically, consciously, and then that would start showing the results. But that too gradually. Don't expect instant gratification. It doesn't happen in CAT prep. Trust me. Keep working and you're going to improve. You're bound to improve. Don't be scared of breaks. They are like control F5 in Windows. रिफ्रेश हो जाता है दिमाग, बुरा नहीं है वो। VRC can also be handled. It's a long time, बहुत सारा टाइम बचा हुआ है. You can just look at what's bothering you and fix that. It's going to work for you. Shalo, I'll close the session. Is there anything else anybody wants to ask? You can do that. And just a reminder of this, that we have just started this batch, an all English batch with all the subject variants. Everything is there. So if you are interested in learning from us in English, then this is the batch for you. These are subject-wide variants. This is for Quant, VRC, and LRDI, in which I'll share it with Apurv. So that is the thing, guys. I would just ask you to make good use of this time. The cat is a long time away, and try and enhance your skill set. Work on things that bothered you last time if you're a repeater. Build a very solid foundation. जुगाड़ मत देखो अभी, बाद में देख लेना. अभी के लिए फाउंडेशन बनाओ अच्छी. But that does not mean doing those ridiculously super tough sets. No, LRDI में basic रखना है stuff, and you will always find basic sets. If you don't trust me, the CAT papers from 17 to 25, 9 years papers are in public domain. उसके पुराने छोड़ दो. Look at those 9 papers and gather all the LRDI sets. बहुत सारे sets मिलेंगे आपको. हर साल 10-15 sets मिल जाते हैं. And so when you look at all those sets, it'll be like 150 sets and all. Tell me how many of them are super tough. You will struggle to count to even 20. बाकी तो आते थे ना, तो क्या होगा? So it's about picking the right ones, doing them quickly, doing them accurately. That's the key. Abhishek, we don't differentiate between the quality, and we don't compromise on the quality even in our YouTube sessions or free courses. So you can enroll there without worrying. जो भी आपको वहाँ मिलेगा वो भी अच्छा ही होगा. It's just that the enrollment वाला courses are a little more structured. They've got more depth in the content. When ज़्यादा होता है उसके अंदर और ज़्यादा organized होता है. These are the things. But whatever we do here, whatever we do on our free courses, it's all good, all relevant, or super quality material. आप यहाँ पर भी देखोगे, you'll find playlists on this channel, and they're very neatly organized. तो अगर आप उनसे भी पढ़ना चाहते हो, you can start from there also. And yes, recordings would be there, live lectures would be there. So for example, in 2-3 days, I'll take a session in our free portal. So enroll there in the free course, you'll get notified of the lecture. Ananya, if you think that the problem is the course fee and you want to do it for free, you want to take books like Arun Sharma and all, my only problem with the books is they're mostly static. They don't change that frequently, that often. So there's a chance that a lot of content, a large percentage of the content might not be that relevant. Look, it's aptitude. So quant would remain quant, but a lot of it might not remain relevant for CAT the way it used to be a long time back. जैसे पहले ही इतना relevant था, हो सकता उतना अब ना हो. So a better way would be, if you just want practice, I'm just telling you, if you're saying, no, you cannot enroll in the paid course, fine, don't do it. 2 things. One, look at the playlists on this channel. You'll find a lot of free content, and all of that is quality content that is still relevant. So if something is from 5 years back, you're doing it today, it's still relevant. CAT का syllabus बदला नहीं है 5 साल में. It's all relevant. So do it. 2, enroll in our free course. You'll find a lot of stuff there as well. And 3, get a test series. We have launched our test series yesterday. So look at it. Enroll for the, there's a free version of that also for that first. And going forward, this is one thing I would advise you to spend money on, a test series, because that gives you ekdam relevant, updated content. So even that would work for you. But uske bina mat karna. Baki sab aap free courses se kar sakte ho. But a test series is a must. So get that. Timings for R4 are in morning, 10:15. So 10:15, one class, and if there is another class, that happens at 12:30. Yes, and doing it from a computer vis-a-vis a book, this angle is also important, but I am talking about the content right now. Books are static. I mean, let's say there's a book, some new puzzle type comes. हम लोग को update करने में कितना time लगेगा? Just think about it. उसको variant कराने में अगले दिन आ जाएंगे. In a book, will not publish a copy after 10 days, right? So that's the reason. Right guys, so I'll close the session guys. I'll see you again 2-3 दिन में फिर से मिलते हैं YouTube पे, and I would take something in the free course as well. Fine, so stay tuned, keep working hard. I'll see you again. Goodbye, have a good day. Yeah, thanks, bye, all the best.